Meet Dr. Ola Orekunrin, a medical doctor, a trainee helicopter pilot and an entrepreneur who founded West Africa's first indigenous air ambulance service, the Flying Doctors Nigeria, which saves hundreds of lives across the region every year, especially in the oil and gas industry, rendering medical evacuation services, remote site clinic management, first aid training, and other medical solutions to make work safer in the industry. Dr. Ola was born and bred in the UK. She studied medicine and surgery at the University of York, after which she worked in acute medicine across the UK. She then went on to be awarded the Japanese MEXT scholarship, which allowed her to further her studies in Tokyo, Japan.
I think spending time with loved ones definitely makes me sparkle. Being at work and trying to get better at what I do makes me sparkle. And living, not forgetting to live. I think being able to integrate work and life makes me sparkle. I moved to Tokyo first, which was a good sort of icebreaker for me in terms of living in a different culture. So I quite enjoyed moving back. I found it stressful to get started up, but I think anywhere in the world starting a business is difficult. So it was I don't think it was any more difficult than starting a business anywhere else. In terms of the transition, for me, I sort of made a decision. I made quite a firm decision to move. I always knew that I wanted to do something in Africa, and I wanted to do something different. And I knew that whatever I had to do, I wanted it to be something quite bold and quite unique. And then also, my younger sister, who was 12 years old, actually died as a result in Nigeria of us not being able to get an air ambulance. So I came to Nigeria initially with the intention of starting like a children's air ambulance service, a specialist pediatric air ambulance service that would transport sick children. But as I started exploring the system more and more, I discovered that there was no air ambulance service at all, not just within Nigeria, but in fact, through the rest of the subcontinent, there was hardly any services for adults or children that could move a sick patient from an area where they'd overwhelmed the level of care to an area of more suitable care. So I decided to start an air ambulance service, a full air ambulance service. Coming back to Nigeria as an adult and as a professional, I love it. I love being in Nigeria, I love being in Africa. I think there's so much opportunity, and I think there's so much dynamism within the economy, within the cities, within the people. And I think the culture is amazing. Right now, I wouldn't be happier in any other city than Lagos. A whole host of challenges. I think finding talented people was one of the biggest challenges we had, making sure that we had the right team members, of course getting all the permits, licenses required. Money is always a challenge when starting a business, but I don't think that was the biggest challenge. In fact, I would put that down at the bottom, and I would put probably my biggest challenge was my own mindset and learning to believe in myself. And I think that as anybody starting a business, I mean, a lot of people think money is going to be their biggest problem, but I think that it's more about self-belief